Welcome to the Learn to RV podcast, where every mile is a lesson and every stop is an adventure.
All right. Welcome to the Learn to RV podcast. We are doing another community spotlight here. And today I've got Ashley and Steve with me. And we're going to talk a little bit about them and learn more about their story. So why don't you guys just start out by, let's go back to the beginning. Like, how many years have you been RVing and what launched you into the RV life?
Well, we got this RV that we're in now. We bought it new in 2019, but we started kind of searching for an RV probably a couple years before that. I was starting to transition out of the Army. So we bought this in 2019 after we left Tennessee and moved back to Delaware.
I mean, we just thought it would be a great experience for the kids. We used to do a lot of tent camping, and then we bought the RV just as like a weekender thing to do, and then like a 1 or 2 week out of the year trip for the kids, and it kind of just grew from there, pretty much.
So you guys are full time now. Are you full time, or do you still have a house?
Now we're full time. We sold our house in December and pretty much hit the road in January of this past year. This year, 2025.
Yeah, so
Sold our
you're
house
new
and,
full timers, but not new on the road.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. We sold the house and put most of our stuff in storage and sold a bunch of other stuff. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
How difficult was it for you to get rid of stuff and get on the road?
Honestly, it wasn't that hard. Like, we never realized how much stuff we actually had in our house until we actually had to
Right.
go through everything. And so between yard sales and like just realizing like things that we didn't need, we could like throw it in the trash, or we could donate it, or we could give it away. Like, it made it so much easier. And now looking
Yeah.
back, like we're like very surprised that we actually had that much stuff. So it's like
Oh,
it was actually very refreshing to kind of just get rid of it now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
to
how the
move it
kids really feel
along.
on that topic, but
but yeah,
Totally.
we it was actually kind of liberating to get rid of a lot of that extra stuff that we never really used. I mean, we had several moves while I was in the Army, and a lot of stuff was still in boxes from past moves.
right.
So we actually had like a big dumpster delivered and dropped off in the driveway, and we probably filled that thing halfway up, and then donated a bunch of stuff, like Ashley said, and it actually felt kind of good to get rid of all that extra excess stuff.
It does. It really does. I think that's one of the secrets about this lifestyle is how freeing it can be. But a little secret, I mean, you guys may not have experienced this yet, but it's amazing how much you can pack in an RV too. So every once in a while, you'll
Oh, yeah.
come to
Yeah.
a point where you're like, all right, it's time to donate or purge. And it's like, where did we get all this stuff from?
Yeah.
It stacks up, whether
We
you're in an RV or a home.
Yeah, we actually just did that not too long ago. When we got back to Delaware, we went through some stuff and we got rid of stuff and put more stuff in storage, and just because we were out west all year, so it was like it's just a different atmosphere. Like, we accumulated stuff along the way, and then we took stuff when we first moved into the camper, and we never used it, or we realized
Yeah.
it wasn't something that we were really going to need. So we kind of just started all over again and just kind of like emptied out some things in the camper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to do that from time to time. So you guys mentioned you have kids. How many kids and how old are they right now?
We have 2 teenagers, 13 and 15. It's very interesting to see the transition with them over the last 9 months living in
Yeah,
a
Yes.
I
camper.
bet. That's what I wanted to ask about. Were they in public school before you guys hit the road full time, or have you always homeschooled?
No, we started homeschooling during the pandemic, and then we just chose not to put that back in. So that transition just continued with homeschooling.
Yeah, it made it real easy to start the RV life because they're already used to homeschooling.
So
Right. How are they doing with like making friends and stuff on the road, or how is that going?
that's a little bit more challenging. Just because everywhere we've gone is kind of like a tourist season, and so it's like people come and then they're only there for a little while, then they go, and then like most people only come out on like weekends, and so by the time the weekends come, we're usually heading on to the next place. So like they don't really get the opportunity to see a lot of kids. Our son has gamer friends that we met up with in Minnesota, so he got to meet them, and then just from Minnesota on through, we've been able to catch up with friends that we already had throughout Delaware
good.
and just on the East Coast. So, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully this coming next year, we'll be able to get into more areas where kids are around and they can get outside and try to make some friends.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely something that you have to be intentional about. We've kind of learned that over the years too. We travel with 4 kids, ranging between 9 and 15. So we're entering those teen years. But definitely being intentional. Now you guys, campfires, and I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Tell me,
Campfires and
help
Motors.
my memory. Yes, Campfires and Motors. Tell us a little bit about that. Are you guys like, YouTubing, blogging, social media? Like what aspects are you doing and what was the purpose of starting Campfires and Motors?
Well, originally started the channel years ago, just kind of doing, like truck maintenance and how to stuff like that. And it transitioned into our RV life. And now we are, full time RVers and, full time YouTubers because we post a video every week, just basically about our everyday, RV life and the travels and the places that we go and, the goods, bad, and the ugly.
I like I like talking to people who do keep the ugly part of it. There are so many out there that just show the good side of it, and I'm like, no, we need to show the realities because um, there are those dynamics out here. Like once you dive into this lifestyle and get into this road, you realize, okay, it's not all sunshine and roses. You've got bumps in the road, you've got things you got to deal with, and how have you guys transitioned from like home life to RV life, like maintaining, a lot of people think, oh, you're full-time vacation mode, and it's not that. How have you transitioned to like maintaining a schedule or a routine, or tell us a little bit about like what your weekly routine looks like to maintain some of that?
It's really kind of dependent on where we're at, the activities we have going on. If we're at a national park, then it's a little different, doing a lot more hiking, or at a place like we're at right now, where we're just kind of hanging out for a couple of days until we travel to the next spot. But generally, I mean, the kids, we don't wake them up super early, but, they'll get up and get their schoolwork started. And, it doesn't take them too long. Not going to sit there all day like they would in the brick and mortar school. But
Right.
then we just, get that work done on the computer. I've actually just finished up taking some online college classes. So, I mean, now I should have a little more
Oh,
free
cool.
time to fill it with other stuff.
Right.
what what are you studying?
I just finished up a degree in digital photography.
That's great. So it's kind of, has photography kind of been a hobby of yours for years that you're just wanting to dive deeper into, or?
Yeah, I've always been interested in photography. My grandfather was a photographer, so I remember as a kid being in the darkroom with him, helping develop pictures and stuff like that. And then once I became an adult, I kind of fell away from it, and then started getting back into it in the past few years. And figured I had the GI Bill, so I wanted to use up the GI Bill, and
Yeah.
might as well
Goes
get a
hand in
degree.
hand with the video and the YouTube too. So there's a lot
Oh
of
yeah, definitely.
things that you learn in the photography side that you can transfer over to the video side.
Kind of thing for the routine.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just take it day by day. Like I do all the normal stuff like the laundry and the dishes and trying to keep the camper clean and trying to keep everybody happy and
Right? The
yeah.
typical
So
mom
I mean,
stuff.
he does most of the video editing and like maintenance stuff. I just do all the background stuff that most people don't really
Now, what do you
see.
guys
Yeah, I miss.
what do you guys travel and what is your RV setup?
We have it's a 2019 open range. It's a travel trailer. So there's a bunk room in the back, and then it's got 4 slides. The kitchen and the living room have opposing slides, and then the front of it
That's
is
nice.
the bedroom with the closet slide.
Mhm.
So it's pretty spacious
Yeah.
for a travel trailer.
Yeah.
Do you have a washer and dryer in that unit, or do you have to go to a laundromat?
No. No, we don't
Yeah.
have that. And I mean, sometimes it's really hard with storage because we have limited like outside storage. Like we only have one compartment in the front that like
Hmm.
goes from each side. So we have to limit what we can
Yeah.
carry as far as stuff on the outside. But we've managed to
They don't have the
we've
big
managed
storage
to work
compartment.
it out.
Don't have the big storage compartment like fifth wheels do.
So yeah, so like we
Right.
can't carry
Right.
like,
Well,
everything with us.
Understand. We started out with a travel trailer, so and a very similar layout to what you have with the bunk room in the back and the opposing slide. So I totally understand. I remember those days very clearly. What would you say was the hardest part about transitioning into full-time life, RV life?
I mean, just
Um,
taking the time, probably for me, at least taking the time to go through and start getting rid of stuff because, we pretty much, wait to the last minute to get that done before the house was being listed for sale. So,
Procrastination at its finest.
uh-huh.
I
What was
mean,
your
for
hardest part?
me, I think it's
um,
just trying to transition from everything that we had in the house to what we're gonna need in the camper with the space that we had available,
Yeah, figuring out
and
what we're going to take with us.
watching the weight as well. So,
yes.
that's, like, the hardest thing is watching the weight, like, you don't realize how much weight just with adding more cups and plates that you
It
put into your
adds
camper.
it adds up so quickly. Yeah, no,
Yep.
why let's dive into that a little bit. Like you want to tell people that are watching because not everybody understands why you need to watch the weight. So why is it important to watch the weight of what you're loading into your rig and everything?
Well, the camper itself has a weight limit, and then as well as your truck towing, it can only tow so much weight. And then, I mean, the gross weight of our camper, I forget what it was, but we actually upgraded our suspension to the more ride independent suspension, so we're actually able to carry a little bit more weight. Technically, I mean, I guess this might not be
Not
proper by
legally,
DOT.
right?
Yeah, but yeah, you don't want to be
But yeah,
overweight because it just puts too much stress on the camper itself as well as your tow vehicle.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Where has I don't you guys say you spend a lot of time out west, and now you're out east, but like where has your favorite place been? So
I mean,
that's always a tough
I don't
one.
know, out west can be I loved being out west with no humidity, like, when we were out
Yes.
there, it was, like, cooler temperatures. Um, I don't know, I don't know.
Let's say for
That's a
me,
hard one for me.
it was the Grand
I understand.
Teton, Yellowstone area.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
I love
that's a
the Grand
beautiful area.
Canyon. I love the Grand Canyon despite not wanting to go anywhere near the edge. Like, I have that fear that I'm gonna fall, like, if I go too close to the edge. So, like, it
Right.
was really hard for me to kind of enjoy the views of it just because of that, but I don't know. I think
Yeah.
between, Magnolia Beach in Texas, just being able to camp out on the beach and then, like, the Grand Canyon were probably my 2 favorite spots. So,
So far.
we'll be back
Yeah.
there one
You
day.
got yeah, oh yeah. We're big out west people too. This is the furthest east we have been in like almost 6 years. So
Oh yeah.
we love it. Oh yeah, we love it out west. We spent three summers outside of the Yellowstone Teton area camp hosting.
That's a beautiful area.
And those it is gorgeous, and the temperatures are
Yep.
amazing, and the weather is great, like, the only downside is the bears that you have to hike with, but,
Yeah.
um, other
It's
than
not
that,
amazing
there's
in the
really
winter,
nothing
though.
negative there. Oh, no, it's not. Definitely don't wanna
I'm
be
not a
there in the
winter
winter.
person, so it's like I can handle it for a little bit, but not like that.
You're one that likes to head south for the winter and, not stay where
Well,
it's
it's
cold.
not me personally, it's like the body just doesn't like cold anymore.
Right?
So, yeah.
So let's kind of go back a little bit before RV life. You know, how did you two meet? Tell me your story.
We actually met at we actually met through the local firehouse. Um,
Okay.
he was already a member and I had signed up to do uh the probationary class, mainly because I wanted to go through the EMT program. I was trying to pursue nursing back then, which kind of like fell apart. But yeah, that's how we met.
Yep. Yeah, we just
How
celebrated our
go ahead.
18th anniversary in September.
Congratulations. 18 years. That's
Thank you.
great. That's great. Did you ever expect like when you guys first got married, did you ever expect that this is where life was going to take you? That you would sell it all, move into a tiny RV, and travel the country?
No, definitely not.
No, but it's I don't know. It's not anything. It wasn't really anything new as far as like the traveling because we got married and then right after he
4 days
got
later.
his basic training, he moved to South Korea. So then I ended up going over there. So that's kind of like when the traveling started. So
Lived
like
there.
the
Right.
traveling part wasn't anything different, but like uprooting like completely altogether and hitting the road was completely new.
Yeah. This is a little bit different. I mean, at least with the RV, you're not having to put your stuff in moving boxes every time you move.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just
Take it with you.
everything
That's
is
one big thought. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that it's different. It's different though, because like well, I guess not different. Uprooting and hitting the road to an unknown location, I guess is the same as, traveling overseas, but I don't know. It was a little bit more of a bumpy ride than just flying into another country
right.
for me at least.
Yeah. So with do you do anything else besides your YouTube channel for income, or how do you guys budget financially to make this lifestyle work for you? And only share as much as you're comfortable sharing, but people are always asking
Mhm.
this question, like, how do you make money on the road? How do you afford this lifestyle? What do you guys do to afford this lifestyle?
The biggest thing is, I get benefits through the VA as a disabled veteran, so that's a nice, amount there. And then we have some other sources, get a little bit from YouTube, not a whole lot. That's growing little by little, but
Right.
and then I do some other things, just online stuff, trying to get more into photography and selling photographs and stuff online. Try to do some freelance work.
Yeah. Now, by I know you were in the military, but by trade, like, what did you do? Like, what is your what was your profession, or what's your skill set in?
I was a Black Hawk crew chief and mechanic in the Army.
Okay, so you're very handy then.
Yeah, I can fix pretty much anything. Yeah, which comes in handy with an RV.
That's a good. That's a good skill set to have when you're living in an RV, being handy. I mean,
Yep.
you might encounter things you've never encountered before, but at least you've got the background or the skill set to figure it out. Because there's always
Yeah, good problem
something
solving
breaking. I
skills.
mean, have you? Yes, yes. Have you guys had many mechanical issues or anything with your travel trailer, or have you guys been fairly lucky? You hear some people saying, "Oh, I've always got something breaking," and then you hear other people say, it's all good." Like, where do you guys think you fall on that line?
I mean, I think overall we've been pretty lucky.
Yeah, pretty lucky. I mean, most of the stuff's on the outside. Like we've had 3 flat tires and then 1 blowout this year, and that's the first time we've ever had any
Oh wow,
blowout on camper or
Right.
truck or anything. But I mean, inside just
yeah,
little stuff, drains getting clogged or things like that. I mean, it's more installing stuff. Like we installed a larger lithium-ion battery, ourselves and stuff like that, and because we don't have solar, so we needed a bigger battery to be able to, boondock a little bit more.
right,
But we haven't had
right,
anything major, break on the camper. Just a couple. I guess earlier this year, February or January, we were trying to figure out a leak in the back of the camper, and it was coming from the water connection, little compartment. The silicone had worn away in the corner, and water was getting in that way. I mean, nothing major.
yeah, nothing too big. And that's kind of like key. Living in the RV is just keeping up with regular maintenance, and stuff. Which
No, that's the big
a
key.
lot. Yeah, you're learning that, right?
Yeah. Keeping up with the
Yeah.
maintenance on both your tow vehicle and your RV.
I mean, it's just like having a house.
Yes,
Gotta keep up with maintenance on your house. You got to keep up with maintenance on your RV.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, and that's
That's right.
like a big thing. Like, I will say too, is a lot of people are like, "Oh, it must be nice." I'm like, you still got things you got to take care of in the RV, and
Right.
Yeah.
sometimes it's more challenging. Okay, so let's see. You've started writing for us recently. What made you want to start writing for us? I want to hear about that.
Well, I mean, one of the main reasons we started the YouTube channel was to, kind of show the RV life to different people, either people that want to get into it or people that are already into the RV life and maybe can't travel as much, or people that just want to see what it's like out there too. I figured, writing one is good exposure, for our channel, as well as another way to outreach, to reach out to those people. I think the first article we wrote was the
Yep.
Boondocking one, so that's something we really just got into this year, and we learned a lot over the past 7 or 8 months while we were boondocking quite a few times. We want to share those experiences and knowledge and things learned.
Would you say that boondocking is one of your favorite? Like, are you team boondocking or team full hookups? Like, what if you had to choose one? You can't have both. Which would you
Uh,
choose?
I mean, for me, it's boondocking.
I mean, that goes for me too, though. Although, like, trying to balance with the water can be a little bit on
Yeah.
the not wanting to boondock side because we don't have really big tanks. So, like,
Uh,
not being able to take a shower
Right.
whenever you want to take a shower can be a little on the ugly side sometimes. But I mean, we managed to make it work.
just gotta take a fun bath.
We either we either get lucky and we find like dump stations so that like we can actually go and dump and be able to fill up and still be able to live life somewhat normal.
Yeah, our longest stint off grid was out. What was it? Devil's Tower. Like Wyoming. South Dakota area where we did.
Yeah.
I guess Wyoming, but we did 14 days off grid,
Right.
traveling through Bighorn National Forest all the way over to basically from Cody all the way to Devil's Tower.
Okay. Yeah. A little tip for you. I mean, we've done a fair bit of boondocking, not as much in the recent years as we did in the early years, but something we've learned is a lot of state parks or campgrounds will actually let you pay a small fee to come in and take a shower. And so we found that very useful when we were boondocking. Just pay $3 a
Okay.
person or something like that, and then you can go take a nice long hot shower. And it's another way to kind of extend your boondocking days. Because I agree with you. I mean, we have 6 people in our rig, so it's like, man, 6 people taking a shower fills up the the gray water tank pretty quickly. Unless you can get everybody to do the military style.
Right.
Yeah.
And teenagers don't go easy on the water.
No. I
So yeah, it fills
I
up
hear
pretty
you on
quick.
that one.
Although
Yeah.
we've gotten to the point where like we always remind them like go in, get wet, hit the little switch to turn off the water so it's not
Yep.
constantly running. Soap yourselves up and then you can use the water after that. Don't leave it running.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
they're pretty good at utilizing the water correctly when we boondock. I mean, back to the question of whether boondocking or full hookup works, I would say, at least for our son, full hookup works better because he likes to be on his Xbox. And having the
Yeah,
power and the service makes it a lot easier. But we're learning
it
still that with
does.
all these trees, it doesn't make it easy.
But there's nothing wrong as parents encouraging your kids. Like, I love it sometimes when we get to a place and I'm like, oh, don't have internet. Sorry, kids. I mean, you just can't be on technology today. And, it's neat to see, how like they adapt. I mean, because they are kids, even teenagers, they are adaptable if
Yep.
they want to be. And it's neat to teach them those life lessons a little bit as well, and watch them evolve too. So have you guys are you guys Thousand Trails members or
No, we're not. We've looked at the program, but we haven't joined yet. Mainly because this year we went out west and there wasn't a whole lot of those campgrounds out
yeah,
there
there's
that
not.
we'd be able to stay at. We haven't
No,
joined.
there's
We have
not
not
at
members
all.
yet.
Yeah. Have you guys considered going, finding a rally or anything to go to where there's teenagers present and, giving your kids that opportunity to be around a group of other teenagers in a similar lifestyle?
Not yet. The only rally we've gone to is for the RV. And we're planning on going to one next year too in June. And the last time we went, there wasn't any kids, and so we got involved in the committee process with the rally, trying to do some, better marketing for it, and hopefully we can attract some families and more people to attend the rally.
Right.
Yeah, what kind of
Give them
rally
more
is it?
ideas.
Who's it with?
Open range RV.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's
so it's an
just a
open
art. It's a,
range,
it's
the
a
manufacturer, yeah, rally.
yeah. It's like the coming home rally. We go back to Elkhart and then do factory tours of open range and more ride, and
Mhm.
it's a week long. You get a bunch of activities and good
Yeah.
social times.
Yeah, yeah. Most manufacturers have a rally similar to that. They kind of all
Yep.
have their own manufacturer rally where they try to bring the owners together, and then they can do owner specific events or whatever, and that's kind of nice, and that's a great way of doing it too. There's also other great places like FRVA. Are you guys FRVA members?
Nah, we're
No.
escapees members, so I'm always looking at the rallies and stuff they're putting on, but we haven't gone to any of
Yeah.
those yet.
Escapees is good too, and there's usually a lot of there can be a lot of kids and families at some of the escapees. Not all of them. Some of them are still geared a little bit more towards the older
Hmm.
generation, but they've gotten better about including families in their stuff. But yeah, I mean, I would encourage you guys to dive into like FRBA is a good one because I mean it's only like $99 a year or something, and they've got different rallies that to include
Okay.
families. Little unknown secret: we're getting ready to release this information, but we're actually starting a family chapter with FRVA. So
Okay.
so you've got the FRVA and then you've got the chapters, and so we're going to be at we're planning to be we're finishing the details, but we're planning to be at the rally in March. Yeah, March in Georgia, and we're gonna have a whole family section there with families and stuff. So it'll be cool to do that. There's other organizations and stuff too, and you got to figure out what works well for you guys and stuff. But at least you know parent to parent, finding those
Yeah.
opportunities. And I'm not a huge rally person, I'll be honest with you. They make me a little anxious because it's just a lot of people.
Yep. Yep.
I,
I
I,
understand
I
that.
like my I like my quiet boondocking spots where I'm not surrounded by a lot of people,
Yep.
but we're entering those teen years, and so we're learning how to navigate the whole teenager life, and them needing that socialization
Oh
more,
yeah.
and so
Those
it's
are the
like I've got
interesting
to start
years.
learning. Yeah, interesting years. I mean, we've got two teenagers so far, but I don't know how much you know about me. I've got four girls, so
Oh boy.
they're it's
That's a
yeah.
lot coming up with the hormones.
Yes. Um, they pretty much all act like teenagers already. So it's interesting times ahead of us. But we like to get out and hike and stuff too. And so I tell my husband, I'm like, well, it's a good day to go hiking. The hormones are raging. Let's just get out there and exercise and and work all of that out.
Right.
But
Yep.
all right, if you were talking to someone who, let's say they were considering RV life. They've never camped a day in their life, let's say, and they're considering RV life. What would your encouragement be to them, or what would you say to them? What should they consider doing as they're considering RV life and they've never camped before?
Well, they should try it. I mean, there's plenty of companies out there where you can rent an RV. So, I mean, go rent an RV and go for the weekend. Or if you have a friend that has an RV, either go with them or see if they can drop it off at a local campground and let you, try it out for the weekend. Give it a try. It's a awesome life. And, even if you're just not going full time, just RVing in general is a lot of fun. And it's a good way to get good connections with the family and spend time together and get out in the outdoors.
Right. I would suggest going to like maybe an RV show and like walking around just to get an idea of what the campers are. You could talk to the representatives to find out
Mhm.
information on them. Um, you can research stuff on the internet to kind of like, you know, get the ground rolling just to make yourself a bit more comfortable. But I mean, for me, I would say either go to an RV show and walk around, see what it's like just to see all of the RVs, take it all in, because there's a lot more that you don't actually get to see until you actually step foot into an RV.
Yep.
Like the layouts, like just learning how everything's put together, asking questions. Not all representatives are very, like, I guess, well informed and knowledgeable on the actual RV inside of it, but they can help you out and they can kind of guide you in the right direction.
That's what we did. We tent camped for several years, and we went to RV shows for 2 years before we ended up buying an RV. So definitely check out the RV shows.
And we're still learning.
We still go to RV shows just to check out what's new.
Even 8 years later, you'll still be learning. We're 8 years into this, and we're still learning. I mean, there's always new things and new stuff, or a new issue, or a new fix, or something. A new cool gadget, or to make your life easier. Never stop learning. I mean, you always want to be learning. Yeah, for sure. Anything else you guys would like to share? Like, if they wanted to look you guys up on YouTube, how would they find you?
Well, you can just search for our channel name, Campfires and Motors. We'll pop up that way, or you can go to our webpage, campfiresandmotors.com, and there's links on there to YouTube as well as all other social stuff.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to share about the RV life?
Don't be afraid to try it.
Yep, get out there and do it. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It can be scary. It can be overwhelming. There's a lot of unknown, especially when you leave a certain area and you go to another area. But I mean, like Steve was saying, rent an RV or go with a friend that has an RV and just kind of like get a feel for it. I mean, it's just like camping. It's just got a lot more involved. So you're not pitching a tent, but you still have to figure out how to set up your RV.
It's glamping.
Yeah, that's the right word for it.
That's right, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me today, guys. It's not. I'll agree to that too. But thanks for joining me today, guys. It's been great chatting with you. And to all of our viewers, be sure to tune in next time and see who we interview next. Bye.
Bye.
Be sure to join this crazy campfire crew at the Learn to RV podcast again next week. Like and subscribe so you never miss an episode.